You're such an asshole.
When I say I have absolutely no time and I am incredibly busy, it's not shtick, guys. I'm not lying. I'm doing about 100-hour work week. So I was talking with the GF. Well, how much did you work? And it's like, yeah, maybe 60 hours. And they're like, no, go back. Oh yeah, it's 100. And it's been going on for 4 months. I have not worked this much since college. That's the last time I worked this much. Maybe one could argue when I wrote Bachelor Pad Economics, because I was working security 16 hours a day and then also writing the book. But that's double dip it. So I don't have time, right? But then I'm compelled. I'm compelled when I go out into the world where the people are. And I'm just like, okay, I got to know this one. Why do homeless white people, predominantly, okay, let me qualify it. Homeless white males. Why do homeless white males always have a freaking dog? I'm going over to the Menards to get some trim work because the trim guy doesn't finish his trim work. Why would you do that? You know, and here's a hungry white guy, dog. You know, and I'm no economist, but if you're hungry, you know, like you can't feed yourself. You can't even get shelter. Shelter, number one thing. You have to every night figure out where to hide from the cops. A fun little game homeless people like to play. Trust me, I know. I used to work security all the time. It was be like ferreting them out. Oh, find the hobo. That's hobo, not homo. And hobos had a little bit of respect. They go down to the railroad and they exchange stories and they cook beans. Right? But you don't even have housing down. You don't know. And this is South Dakota where it does get cold. This also confused me about Minnesota. It's the coldest there except for Alaska. It doesn't get any colder except for maybe Fargo, North Dakota, a bit of North Dakota, and then Alaska. And here people are homeless in Minnesota, like trying to find lodging in January. The intensity, like, and then you're hungry. This particular guy says, I'm hungry. Please give me some food. Well, what's the dog doing there? You know, I'm no financial expert, but aren't dogs and pets in generally a liability? Generally, you have to feed the dog. Now you technically have another mouth to feed. And I don't know if it's related to the rescue dog mom thing, and these homeless people think, I'll get myself some fat American girl tail because they like dogs. I'm going to go stinky smelly to the dog park and pick myself some lard-ass American female trim because I got a dog. But if you were homeless and cold and hungry, I know the drugs must do a number on your brain, but you can always find drugs. You can always find booze. Can't you use the gee, I'm hungry. Is that kind of an urge? So you can keep your miserable life going on where it's a constant groveling and misery and pain. Don't you want to continue that? So don't you inevitably have to find something to eat? Don't you know? Why do you have the dog? And I have seen this. I've known people. I now know 2 people personally who have no right owning a dog because they can't even support themselves. And they're homeless and they're worthless. And for whatever reason, they decide to get it. And white males, all white males. You know, I'm white. Yes, I am. I am white and I am male. We had dogs growing up. Is it the homeless factor? Is that where I connect the dot? Hey, can't support myself. Can't. I know. Get a dog. Or is it advertising? Is it marketing? Sticksy, same Walmart. Okay. If you went back a couple weeks ago, you'll occasionally see, tell me if you've not seen this. Tell me, have you seen her? The single mom with the kids in tow begging, panhandling for food or money or whatever. I've seen that. And I get enraged because no. You're the most spoiled, little bratty, pampered group of people in America, the single mom and children. You get all the government aid in the world. You're not starving. Your children are not hungry. You are not homeless. Now, I understand if you're by yourself because you're on drugs, you end up in the homeless area. But you don't have your kids in tow. You don't have possession. Knock that right off right now. You get so much government money. So that's a marketing gimmick. And all you weak-minded men and all you girls, oh, the single mom with the kids, what's the idea of the children? No, you paid. Did you get a paycheck? You paid for her. She's getting all your money. So are the kids. Kids are innocent. They're there. So is that it? Is that the dog? You think it's a marketing thing? Like, hey, homeless guy and dog. I mean, the closest I got to that was when I had to go and drag my nieces around. You know, parents don't know how to parent. Let me tell you how to parent, even though I'm not a parent. I'll tell you how to parent because most parents suck. See, when the kids get antsy, start making noise in a restaurant, forget for now that the kids are antsy. You're pissing off all the other customers. That's where it's good to have Uncle Aaron. Uncle Aaron service. Uncle Aaron will take care of your children that you don't want to take care of. So you grab the kid. Hey. The kids are antsy. They're making noise. You're obviously not going to shut them up. So you're going to ruin everybody's dining experience. We're going to be the most hated group of people in this restaurant right now. I will take the kids out and we will go run off the excess energy. Right. So that little bit of parenting tip from a non-parent to all you parents out there, Gen X parents, because Gen X parents, you're not parents. You're even worse than the boomers. Well, I bred this thing and now I have to throw it away. Career. Spending money on SUVs. Oh my God. Let the schools take care of that. But the only time I ever came to like using children or a dog as a prop was when I'm walking around with my little niece. You know, they're what 1.5 and 3.5, of course, adorable. And then every woman's like, oh my God, now I want to sleep with this man. Are those yours? No, they're my nieces. Oh, even better. I could be a psychopathic murdering asshole. What just because I have 2 little kids? I could have kidnapped these kids. You don't know that they're related to me. Then they kind of give it away. Uncle Ellen. Thanks for blowing my cover, kid. And the gal, oh, now I'll sleep with you. Is that it? The dog? You do a cost-benefit analysis? You run some numbers after you're done looking at porn at the public library and failing to miss the toilet and you got close. That's good enough in bum world. Then you pull up an Excel spreadsheet. Hey, I did a cost-benefit analysis, and with a weighted average cost of capital, if I got a dog minus food for the dog and housing, and then we'd actually we get like 30% bump in donate. Is that it? Is that it? And if that's it, why is it only white guys doing it? I don't see girls. Girls, I guess they got their shtick with their kids. You actually don't see that many bag ladies because women have a much tighter bell distribution curve on intelligence, but we're not going to delve into that. Why don't I see American Indians? They're out here. They don't have dogs. Black dudes, shocker. Is everyone sitting down? Sit down, everyone here. This is going to floor you all. Not a lot of black people in South Dakota, okay? I've seen a couple in there. Actually, it was the same phenomenon in Wyoming, where if you saw a black dude in Wyoming, he was very likely well-to-do because ain't no reason a black guy would move to Wyoming unless he was paid a lot of money. So you're usually engineers. I knew one doctor. One guy drove a Beamer, and so it's kind of the opposite out here. But yeah, not one homeless black individual out here in South Dakota. But man, you white guys got the monopoly on ghetto dog. Hey, it's ghetto dog. Look, we exchange fleas. What is it? Why? Somebody explain. Is it going to give you value? Anything but a job? Is that it? Is it like a career or worthless liberal arts degree for the girls today? The women of today, the male homeless equivalent is dog. I don't know. Let's go. Go into the super. I have no idea. Any ideas, guys? Let's see if there's any super chats. Yeah, Mexi Mike. What do the Latinos do? They don't have. I know they got pit bulls, but usually it's from a home. You don't see someone homeless unless it's a white guy in Phoenix, which I have seen with a pit bull. Oh, man, Seattle, the gutter punk culture. Oh, gosh, they're all over. I don't think you can be homeless in Seattle without a dog. Hang on. Yep, still white, still male. Okay. Terrence Ford. Congrats on 82K, Cap. I love random vids. I was coming back home, and I'm like, what? And I got other work to do. There's other things. Somebody wants to know about the computer chip shortage. They paid. One guy wants me to, he does want me, and I have done the analysis on what it would cost to replace women. I don't mean in a Stepford wife, like through surrogacy and IVF and all that. And the numbers are actually quite interesting. That'll be coming up maybe later today. But yeah, 18,000 away from 100,000. If you haven't subscribed, I'd appreciate it. And Aaron, what happens at 100,000? Well, you get a plastic thing. YouTube sends you a plastic trophy. It says 100,000. So I would be the winner of a proud thing. Of course, the internet decides to take of course. Hang on. Guys ever do speed tests? See, I think your internet provider knows when you know you're getting screwed when you do a speed test. Then all of a sudden they boost your bandwidth. Anyway, at 100,000, I get a plastic trophy from YouTube. I only want to show, the only reason I won, nothing happens. I guess you get a guy, YouTube gives you a guy, like, here's a guy. He tells you things that I guess you get an in with YouTube. I guess that's the only thing. But I want to take the plastic trophy and show it to my old man, like, hey, Dad, look at this. Hey, Ma, look. Oh, that's nice. So anyway, I went and hung out with the girls at the shop. And they're like, never mind. The irony. That's what I want. I want the plastic thing for the irony. Mexi Mike, $2. Dogs will come in handy when the S hits the fan and you need yeah, but these guys don't know how to hunt. They just know how to panhandle. Now, I know, especially when I saw that mountain lion hiking the other day. Yes, I understand why you should bring a dog. And I've debated, because I really want like ugly, worthless dogs. I want wiener dogs, pugs, and French bulldogs. Well, those do not fight away mountain lions, and they're horrible hikers. So now, okay, do I get a real hiking dog, and then I get like just a worthless dog? Dogs do come in handy, but your gutter punks over in Seattle or the Portlanders, you know, when they're not too busy burning their own place down, they have dogs, but they don't take care of the dogs. They don't know how to hunt. They don't even know how to use guns. Swallow Blue. Most panhandlers in Salt Lake City middle class with free stuff. Yes. They did of course you are right, Swallow. It depends on where you go. It would not surprise me if this, I'll tell you this. Every time I see someone panhandling or asking for money, I always look at their shoes and their backpack. And it's always way better than mine. Always way better. And for the most part, most people are just lying. They're fine. It would not surprise me in Salt Lake City if that was the case. Absolutely not. Or the single mom with the children. She's fine. They're not losing. No. Who knows? The husband's out working. She's bored. Says, hey, kid, here's how you screw over society. Be like mom. But yes, you are right. It would depend on location. I'd be more inclined to believe in a major metro like Baltimore. All right, those people would be genuinely homeless and destitute. See any more here? Joe Mercer's way. New guy, 500 pounds. Thinking of setting my alarm clock to Cappy's intro. Being called an a-hole every morning is such a life-affirming way to start today. Hey, you know what it is? It's valuable. You know why? Because nobody calls you an a-hole. Everybody says you're great and amazing. Everybody says you're wonderful and brave and amazing. You're entitled to your God. Your God himself or goddess. I'm not saying who's what with the thing down there. Still white, still male. Things haven't changed. So the law of economics, when there's an unlimited supply, the value of whatever is being supplied is zero. Like praise and adulations, worthless, doesn't mean anything. Somebody calls you an asshole. Hey, thanks, man. It's me right here, right there, man. Thanks. All right. Comedy man, $5 years ago. A story ran of panhandler in Harvard Square getting around $20 an hour. One guy would take the commuter train from Warwick, Rhode Island, to Boston for. Oh, my knowledge of that area of the geography is very limited. All I know is you're all close. Hi, biked across the state today. Yay, good going, Rhode Islander. Yeah, you're 48 miles there. All right. I would say nearly all, we're talking 90+% of people are faking it. They're not homeless. Or they could work if they wanted to. Let's put it that way. I would say 5%, though. This is working security and running. Some of them are just plain crazy. They're genuinely mentally ill. Or on drugs. I'll grant you that too. You know, people like in Seattle. Oh, we already did Swallow. Got everything? I think we got everything. Traveler, 4444, $5 from a 65-year-old boomer that has not effed up, raised 5 kids to be well-adjusted adults, not a leftist in the bunch. All are armed and waiting to decline. Good man. The Black Blur. That sounds like a superhero. The Black Blur. Or if you guys remember the Bill Cosby, the cartoon, Fat Albert, where he'd do the brown hornet instead of the green hornet. No one remembers that. Speaking of homeless, have you seen Skid Row, LA? No, I have not. I was in LA twice, and just it's nice to drive around at night when there's no traffic. Otherwise, I was there very briefly both times, and I don't think we did Point Magoo, Venice Beach. This is many years ago. Taekwondo, 2 British pounds due to white privilege cap. People of color can't afford that. Oh, yes, that's what it can. That's my point. If you're homeless, you can't afford a dog. Which just proves more like, okay, here, I'll give you another perfectly analogous. Bipsy graduates with 75 grand in student loan debt, and the credit card people and the car people are all there trying to say, I've seen this happen when I talk college. They graduate and they treat themselves to a vehicle, brand new vehicle. And you're looking like, look, I know what they charge for tuition here. You're at least $60K in debt because you ain't had no job. And how did you get financing for this brand new car, by the way? They can't afford. Girls can't afford brand new, unless it came from wealth. They cannot afford cars fresh out of college. Guys do that too. Go get the car and get the girls. Whoa. How'd you afford that? I think one guy had 24.99% APR. His mom went back and yelled at it. Mom was pissed. She got, not my mom, it was another guy's mom I know. She went back and told him what was what, and they got it whittled down, I think, to 8.99%. It's the same thing. People buy stuff they can't afford all the time. But I don't think the homeless white guy on Wiener Dog and Schnitzel Avenue, Panhandling, has a line of credit over Chase Manhattan. Crank Sinatra, $5. The white guys all graduate from the Carlson School of Homelessness. No, ain't no more white guys down there. It's all East Indians and minorities. Because they love minority people so much, that's why they want to screw them over with a worthless degree and a ton of student loan debt. It is predominantly Asian immigrant, not just East Indian, but all of Asia. They're taking in that international money, and they're just screwing over those people. Because they love the minorities so much. Black Blur. The Black Blur. That's it. Looks like we caught them all. All right. That's it. This wasn't even a request. I just have more on the way. See you guys later, Toodles.